Hare Krishna. Thanks for coming, everyone. This is Vidyananda Das here. This broadcast is coming to you from Prabhupada Village in North Carolina. It is January 15, 2022, and hopefully this is the first Gita class live stream of many to come. I did not prepare for this at all. Mostly just looking to get some regular Bhagavad Gita reading and hearing in my life. That's why I'm here. And I'm going to stick around for a bit and make sure all the tech is set up correctly. Like this camera, which is not focusing properly. Okay, hopefully this stay good. I'm live. We are live. Oh man, and you can hear my laptop fan. It's so annoying. I notice when I take out the power cord, the fan typically turns off, but I don't know what else I can do. Okay, there it goes. All right, we're live on YouTube. So anyone who wants to come in and join, by all means, have at it. You can type in a message here in the YouTube chat. Here, I'll type it now. And yeah, just come say hi. If you want to join, I will send you a link and you can join. We can share verses, read to each other, share realizations, ask questions. This is a complete free-for-all, exactly how I like it. I'm just recovering from a cold, so my voice is still recovering, and even if 100 people showed up, I would be canceling this class early. I can't stay that long today. And of course, as people who know me know, we will be using this Bhagavad Gita, which is the Bhagavad Gita as it is, by His Divine Grace, Abhay Charana Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, as it actually is, not the edited editions. You know it's real because it's blue, the same color as Lord Sri Krishna himself. This particular copy I just borrowed from the guest house here, and this one is really old. I mean, this is the 1972 edition, but this actual physical copy might actually be from 72. It is just so old. And if you want the this entire version for free online, there is an excellent resource. It's called asitis.com. It's not showing up here. Oh, there it is. So here it is, asitis.com. And this is, I believe, brought to you by the Hare Krishna store, which is krishnastore.com, which is located just down the street from me in Sandy Ridge, North Carolina. The world's #1 resource for authentic, top quality Bhagavad Gitas and every other kind of Prabhupada book you can imagine. I'm going to mess around a little bit more with my camera. Oh no, Brightness is good. Okay. All right, so on this site, you can just choose the chapter here on the left, and then once you choose a chapter, the verse menu on the right will open up. Yeah, this is going to end really soon. Well, I like Perusa, so let's see what this is. 822. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is greater than all, is attainable by unalloyed devotion. Although he is present in his abode, he is all-pervading, and everything is situated within him. Now, this is typically how I read the Gita. I go right to the English translation, and then sometimes that's enough. If not, I might go to the purport after, or go to the word-for-word translation. I'm not trying to learn Sanskrit, so I typically don't bother with that. But in the word-for-word translation, if it's similar enough to the colloquial translation, so here it's like synonyms. That means word-for-word translation, and then translation, that we would technically call a colloquial translation. It's like understandable modern English. So in the word-for-word translation, it reads, the Supreme Personality, he, the Supreme, than whom no one is greater. Yeah, para means like super or supreme. Partha, O son of Purta, by devotional service can be achieved, but unalloyed, undeviating devotion, ananyaya. So A is the first A in many Sanskrit words, not all of them, not ananda, but in many of them, it's a negating particle. I believe that's what it's called. So unalloyed, undeviating. It's my guess here that nanyaya means alloyed and ananyaya means unalloyed. I do like Sanskrit. It's just, I live in America, and, it's not really a useful language outside of, a Hindu temple. If I was living in Indonesia or India, it would be a very different thing for me. Anyway, his within all this material manifestation, by whom all whatever we can see is distributed. Yep, pretty much the same thing here. Oh, Boris showed up. Hare Krishna, Boris. I am going to send you a a link to your Facebook, so you can join if you'd like. You don't have to join, and if you do join, you can just join audio only if you like, or audio and video, or just video and no audio, and you can just do sign language, and who knows, maybe I'll understand what you're saying. Anyway, I was just scanning through the purport. I don't know if I feel like reading the whole thing. I'm really trying to save my voice. Although obviously, I hope it goes without saying to everyone here that the key word in this verse is unalloyed. Well, it's also another undeviating is maybe a more like understandable word. Because there's so many like mediocre ways to do devotion. And then pure devotion is just so insanely difficult for many of us. It's like, why even put it as a practical goal? So Boris, did you miss anything? Not really. I started at 1 or 2 minutes late, and I wanted to do a lot of testing, like audio, video, internet, all that stuff. But we are cruising. Hopefully Boris can join us soon. Maybe he can read a verse. Or, honestly, my favorite thing to do is living the Gita. It's not so much reading it or studying it or whatever, but it's like practicing it. And it's like just taking like something super pressing in your life and then just like putting it and just getting the Gita to to be relevant to your life as immediately as much as possible. Oh boy. Guess what, guys? I'm going to go grab some water. I'll be right back. Please chant Hare Krishna while I'm gone. Oh, so much better. Hydration. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Okay, well, the next thing I wanted to talk about is all the myriad ways of mediocre devotion, which I am quite frankly surrounded by, whether it's myself, my own poopy practice, or my neighbors, devotees I live with here. What I do is I'm just honest. So when I do like really low quality japa, which I do, I don't look in the mirror and say, "Oh, you're a good, look at all that you did 16 rounds today. Good job." It's like, no. When I do all 16 rounds while I'm multitasking, driving and doing all this stuff, I'm just getting my duty done. It's not pure devotion. Which also means that I can't beat myself up for, oh, why aren't I getting mercy? Why aren't I getting bliss? It's like, well, I know exactly why. And I just stay honest. And if it means beating myself up, I beat myself up. If it means depressed or whatever, I just I have to accept it like a man. Although what Krishna talks about a lot in chapter 2 and 3 is how every person should be like this, not just men, but everyone should strive just to do their duty and not be affected by changes in weather, feelings, happiness, or distress. And our most essential, eternal, constitutional duty is pure devotion to the Lord. I think it's also worth noting that devotion to Lord Krishna can come in so many shapes and sizes, so many different forms. These Mahabhagavats, like these great souls like Srila Prabhupada, who come here and save souls by the millions, and and start a church, and I mean, international church, which is what ISKCON is. It's like the Vatican of India. They have no choice but to give us some rules and regulations and some sadhanas, some spiritual practices that will be, approachable enough and easy enough so the masses can join the movement, and at the same time genuine enough where there's some real results. Although at the advanced stage, guess what? You learn different things. Is it most beneficial for me to chant 16 rounds very fast or 8 rounds very slowly and carefully? Sorry guys, but it's the latter, and that's, it's self-evident. I mean, I can't change the rules, but I just know psychology, and I know when I do something slowly and carefully, especially based on my psychology and mindfully, there is a benefit to that, a palpable benefit. When I do something really fast and sloppily just to get it done, I'm convincing myself in an unconscious way that maybe it's not totally important. But neither one of those situations matters, because the holy names are holy and you can't change that at all. Just like the spiritual soul is eternal, all blissful, and all knowledge, and you can't change that at all. What we are here to do is to remove all those layers of dirt and attachment and crap that goes around the holy name, goes around your soul. You are the soul, but you know what I mean. And whatever the traditional yogic path for all these practitioners in India, Buddhists, Hindus, all of them, is you do whatever it takes to get there. That is actually our religion. And sometimes it means dropping one guru to get another guru. And this is why there's so many gurus. And there's so many different words for gurus. There's like Rishi, Swami, Guru, Maharaj. I mean, I could keep going, right? Acharya. And most other religions, I mean, what is that? I mean, I guess there's similar things like that, but it's mostly like, you have a priest and then like a higher level priest. Anyway, yeah, I never got to look through this purple. Krishna has many names. But only by bhakti can you enter the spiritual system. And even within the spiritual planetary system, only one of them, one of those planets, has the one top dog himself. Please forgive me, not dog, but the head honcho, the president and commander in chief, the general and emperor with no second, Sri Krishna. And it's only by bhakti. This is something I found to be true by experience. Well, thanks for coming by, Boris, even if it's just for a moment. I really appreciate it. As soon as this cup is gone, guys, I'm done. But I'm really glad to be here. And work with this in whatever way we can. Sometimes I just like picking random verses. I already did that once. I'm going to do it again with the physical book here. Oh, this I'm going to love this one. I love when smart people talk about ignorant people. Chapter 5, verse 4. I wish this was actually my living room. I think this library is in like Algeria or something like that. Anyway, only the ignorant speak of karma yoga and devotional service as being different from the analytical study of the material world, or Sankhya. Those who are actually learned say that he who applies himself well to one of these paths achieves the results of both. How interesting. This verse directly contradicts the one I just read. Could not be more direct the contradiction here. Now, one thing to keep in mind is the later chapters of the Gita are more advanced, and in a way they kind of supersede or trump the earlier chapters. So we're in chapter 5 now. The first one is chapter 8. One more sip and we're done. Well, I'm going to look at the word for word here. Okay, so yeah. In chapter 8, that verse, Krishna used the word bhakti. But here, Prabhupada, when he says devotional service, that word is yoga, actually. It's actually yogo. I think it's pronounced yogo. Yogau. Wait a second. Oh, this is so interesting. So here, karma yoga and devotional service. In just those two words, Sankhya Yoga, the word for word says Sankhya is the analytical study of the material world, and then yoga is work in devotional service. So karma yoga actually is devotional service. I suppose we can't call it bhakti, even though bhakti is also devotional service. That brings up the point begs the question, when Krishna is using the word bhakti, is he only referring to pure devotional service? Or is it one part that and another part that bhakti yoga just is more about focusing on the sentiments and the feelings of devotion, whereas karma yoga, which is work in devotion, so it's still being offered to God, but it's work. It's when you're focusing on the work. But anyway, going back to the verse here, the important thing here is that, this is just Purva Paksha, like nobody's business. Purva Paksha means like devil's advocate, like presenting the counter argument. Oh. Analytical study of the material world, that is not jnana yoga. That is not, he's not talking about some bona fide philosophy or anything. This is just like mundane science, just economics, just anything like that in that category. As if I'm reading this right, that is Sankhya. And even Sankhya can achieve the same results as are we still live? This computer is so old it just shut off. And I think we're back. Wow. It's still a great computer that I can jump right back after shutting down. Okay, thanks for staying, Boris. Perfect timing. I'm going to be out of here so soon. I'm really struggling right now. There's one final point to be made, though. This is perfect timing. Pure devotional service, pure bhakti, is still vastly higher than karma yoga and devotional service, or just yoga, which is in like the first half of the Gita. Krishna just uses this word yoga to describe all of these, like karma, jnana, dhyana, all these other paths. All of those can be offered to God and provide a high level of perfection, but only pure bhakti brings you to Krishna himself. And there's another verse where he says that it removes like the worst kind of fear. Anyway, we're going to stop right there so my body can recuperate. Hare Krishna, everyone. Thanks for coming. I'll see you next Saturday at 4 Eastern Standard Time, assuming everything goes swimmingly. Hare Krishna.